What's going on, guys? Joe and Kev coming at you again with another video. And today we're going to talk about something that's been highly requested in our Facebook group. We'll leave a link down below for you if you haven't joined us. But it's how Etsy sellers, handmade sellers can be prepared for drop shipping. It's a relatively new concept for them. And we're going to go down a list of some things that you can do to really make drop shipping work for your business.
So let me just really quick, I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah.
So for dropshippers, Etsy sellers and handmade sellers are amazing. Why? Because they make things that are different, right? So whenever you spend money on advertising, I see the same things being advertised to me all day, and I'm not going to buy it. But if I see something cool, like a different type of soap or a different type of necklace that I haven't seen, I am willing to buy that. And to be honest with you, if it's really something different that catches my eye and I am the customer for it, I'll pay extra because I never found that anywhere. And that's kind of the stuff that Etsy sellers sell, which is awesome. It's not the same things you'll see in Alibaba. Quality is usually better, and they make it with love. It's not mass produced. So this is why we're doing this, and I think that it can really benefit both dropshippers and Etsy sellers as well.
Absolutely. It's a relatively new concept. I know a couple people have been doing it, especially in our group. But that's kind of why we brought this group together, is to kind of bring you guys a new concept, kind of bring two worlds together that haven't really been brought together before. So let's go down this list and get it started. The first one is drop shippers. They need to be aware of the lead times of handmade sellers. Like Kevin mentioned, everything is made with love, made very well, and with that comes longer lead times. So it's kind of comparable to China with the long lead times with shipping, but you just have to be aware of, before you get into an agreement with a handmade seller, how long it takes them to make an item.
But it should not be. So if it takes as long as China,
right,
then you shouldn't be working with them. The same thing for Etsy sellers. You have to understand that these customers are your salespeople. They are representing your products. They're selling your item for you. What does that mean? You have to step up to the plate. The items that you know you're selling a lot of, hold an inventory, make beforehand, make it such a way so that these dropshippers are going to want to keep working with you. If they purchase from you and it takes 6 days to get it, or even 4 days to get it, they're just going to be like, you know what, forget it. This is the best thing that can happen for handmade sellers. I myself was a handmade seller. Whenever I started getting dropshippers to list my products on Simplicity, the game changed. Instead of me going all day spending my time selling my items, I have 15, 20, 30 people spending money on advertising. But what I do for them is I make sure I have that item in inventory and I make sure I ship it same day. So yeah, I spend more money out of my pocket, but look, they are working. They're spending their money. I have to take care of them. So that's a very, very important point. Etsy sellers, get your things together. I'm sure a lot of you already do. But if you're going to sell something, make sure that it's according to time. I understand some things, for example, necklaces that have it's your anniversary, I want to get my girlfriend's name on it. That obviously takes 2 or 3 days. You cannot pre-make that. I'm sure the dropshippers will understand that as well. That's a different ballgame. But as far as if you're making simple items like soap, clothes, this, that, whatever it is, if it's something that you're selling, make more of, hold inventory, and show your dropshippers, look, I'm going to ship same day for you. Or I'm going to take 1 day,
Just to add to that, it's kind of like a separate business you're running right now. You have to be aware of, your current Etsy customers, because obviously they're going to want fast lead times as well. But you have to separate these two. Dropshipping is completely different, and I'll go into that in a second. But just make sure that you, like Kevin said, you have inventory, you have enough to actually provide for both businesses, both the Etsy and also for dropshippers. So that's super important. What I would recommend is doing dropshipping transactions off of Etsy for a couple reasons. One, you're going to save fees. You're not going to have the dropshipper paying the fees. You're not going to be paying fees for listing and so forth. So that's super important to do. You won't
basically make your own website.
Yeah,
have the transactions off of Etsy onto your own website. Etsy also has something called Etsy Wholesale. If you're a handmade seller, you're not on that, get on that. I had a lot of sales from that. It's a great platform. You're going to meet a lot of wholesalers. It's awesome to be on, so make sure you do take part in that. Also, make your own website. If you haven't already, I hope you started. And if you haven't started, start today. It's a good day to start.
For sure. Also, you won't have issues with seller protection. On Etsy, if you have somebody that's has a different billing address than the shipping address, which obviously is the case with drop shipping, you're not really protected on Etsy. So if you do that through PayPal, for example, you will be protected, and it's something that you should definitely take into consideration. So set up PayPal if you haven't already. That's the next one. You can also ship with PayPal, so you'll have all of your different transactions listed. You can keep track of that, and that's super important. And yeah, so that's all for PayPal. Make sure you just stay off of Etsy for doing drop shipping. And obviously with Etsy, you can sell, on Etsy as a normal customer, but drop shipping, stay on PayPal. Etsy.
Let's skip that one. The wholesale price list. We'll get back to that.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Should I skip
the inventory sheet?
I think that's pretty important.
Yeah, I'm saying do that one.
Okay, cool. So for inventory, you obviously need to let your drop shippers know how much you have in stock so they can put that on their website. It's super important to do that because without that, then they might sell something that you don't have right now. So what we recommend to do is create a Google Sheets. It's a lot. You can live update it. They can have access to it. Yeah, we actually have done that for simplicity as well. So we'll actually make another video, showing you how to set up a really good Google Sheets.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, but basically you just want to have it so your drop shipper can be aware of what you have in stock currently. So definitely do that. And then the last thing I have is pricing. So we've talked about this in a different video, but when you're first starting off with a drop shipper agreement, give them a small discount, but nothing too crazy because you want to see how exactly they are selling. If they have a high volume of sales coming in, then as that relationship progresses, you can give them more of a discount as time goes on. So
there's two ways that I like to go about pricing for dropshippers. First of all, depending on how you price your items, we talked about this in a different video, you have to check competitor prices. If you're selling, again, a bar of soap for $9 and your competitor is selling the same lavender scent soap for $6.50, your price is too high. Even if you give your dropshipper a 20% discount, there is still no value for the dropshipper to sell this item. He will not make any money. Therefore, he will not care about your business. You want to make it such a way so that the dropshipper is selling a ton of your stuff and he's keep coming back to your store. Everything is set. So, for example, I'm in the clothing niche. I sell a pair of palazzo pants. Palazzo pants are wide leg pants. Let's say, I'm just going to tell you guys, my cost is about $8 for a pair of palazzo pants. I sell it on my website, retail for $24.99. Drop shippers get 40% off that price. So I think that comes up to $14.99. That's one of my highest margin items. At the same time, I have flowy tunic that cost me about $7.50. I sell that on my website for $19.99, trigger prices, and then the drop shippers get 40% off of that price. In order to get the 40% off, I have a membership fee, which is $9.99. I do that for several reasons. My biggest reason is I don't want to get every single dropshipper. That might sound crazy to all of you, but I'm not about that. I want my dropshippers to feel like, it's not a crowded space where everyone can just go and sell my stuff. Sure, they can. At my retail price, a lot of people do that. So, for example, my palazzo pants are $24.99. I've seen them listed for $39.99, $49.99, and they're buying them at my retail price, so they don't have to pay the $10 fee. At the same time, they're not thinking about it, but 40% off, it's $14.99. That's a $10 discount. So by paying that $9.99 a month, they are already saving on one pair of pants. So if they're buying two, they're actually losing money by not being a member. So you can have things like that. Or if you're just starting doing dropshipping, give them a discount. Be like, hey, you can get 30% off my prices. Don't forget, they are your salespeople. They have to make money. If they don't make money, you're not going to make money. It has to be prices that they're flying off the shelves. If you're just starting out, I'm just starting out, my prices are very, very low. So for my retail prices, the same pants are selling by my competition for $39.99, for at least $29.99, and it's not made in the USA. I'm selling made in USA palazzo pants for $24.99 to just make it attractive and have people buy and get my brand out there.
Keep in mind, he is a manufacturer, so he can afford to do those type of prices. You may not have that ability with, even if you're a handmade seller and you're making it, the material costs and so forth. But the reason why Kevin can do that is because he is a manufacturer.
Yeah, you have to make money. You're in business to make money. I'm not telling you not to make money, but don't think that you're making something for $5 and you can wholesale it for $30. Like, if you could do that, you're doing a great job. I mean, if you're selling thousands, but in all reality, it usually doesn't work that way. I guarantee you, if you cut your margins a little bit, you're going to have drop shippers buy from you. Like retail, they'll come once every month, maybe buy something once every couple of weeks. But a good, successful drop shipper will buy 5 to 10 to 20 items a day from your website. I see it happen on my website all the time. The people that are paying $9.99, how many are they buying a day? Like they're buying
minimum 5. I would say
5 to 10 to 15 pieces, and they keep buying. You know, you want, like for example, for clothing, I like boutiques. Boutiques pay $9.99. And they just keep buying, and that way they don't have to buy packs, which is traditional wholesale. So just make sure your price is right. I can go into this into more detail, but we're just trying to keep the videos short. If you don't understand what I'm saying, or if you just want me to elaborate more in detail, what I would do typically is my retail price would be about 3.5 times my cost, and then my wholesale price is 40% off of my retail price. So again, retail about 3.5 to 4 times on my cost. 4 is pretty high. I do about 3.5. Some items I do 3 if it's a basic item. And then my wholesale / drop shipping price is 40% off of my retail price. Again, if you guys have any questions, let us know. I love how you guys are all collaborating in the group. Ask questions if you don't know. If you have questions about advertising, if you have questions about, I know he's going to do a video on Etsy sponsored ads.
Yes, keep an eye out for that, guys, for sure.
And we're going to do a video on how to make a website, how to basically take your business to the next level. Handmade sellers spend so much time and they have so much talent that if you sell it to the right people, you can easily make 6 figures a year, if not 7. I know you can. I love the things that I see. They're just so amazing. It's much better than things on Alibaba. You just got to make sure your price is right and the right people are seeing your item.
Definitely. All right, guys, so keep an eye out for more content coming soon. We'll leave a link down below for our Facebook group. A lot of awesome handmade sellers and also drop shippers coming together, helping each other out. And also if you want to check out Kevin's site, it's simplicity.com. We'll leave a link down below for that. Drop shipping, made in USA clothing.
You guys can also, for Etsy sellers, you can use my website as a template. Kind of see my setup. If you have questions, I can answer them for you. For drop shippers, I have a drop shipping program. If you guys are interested, reach out. He'll also post a link down below. Don't forget to press subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have friends or family that want to join us, please have them do so. The more subscribers we get, the more motivated we get to drop these videos on a daily basis and just take our time to help you guys grow. So, let us know if you have any questions. And have
See you on the next one.